Why can you upgrade this chip in a computer, but not the one hiding under here? And this is the South Bridge chip. South because it's typically on the lower end of a motherboard, and it's responsible for things like handling the SATA ports, the input-output, and the BIOS. But unlike the processor in the North Bridge, you can see this is LGA, a land grid array, meaning it has these flat little panels to connect to these pins. However, the South Bridge chip is completely soldered onto the motherboard. You can't remove this without desoldering it. Simply put, these South Bridge chips are so deeply interconnected with all the things that they need to be that we don't often remove it to replace it. Whereas for CPUs, that's a different story. Also, unlike CPUs, these Southbridge chips rarely ever require active cooling. As you can see, we just had this, kind of passive cooler on top of it, whereas for a CPU, we would have a beefier cooler to make sure it doesn't get too hot. But it is pretty interesting when we compare a normal CPU to this Southbridge, how similar they actually are.